Episode 2 of Season 2 of Severance, entitled Goodbye, Mrs. Selvic. So we start out seeing everyone's flashbacks as their outies. We end up seeing Mark as his outie at his sister Devon's place the night he found out about Miss Casey, aka Gemma. Devon goes to check on him to make sure he's okay. As she walks away, we see Mark with tears in his eyes as he looks at his wedding photo. Next, we cut to Helly's outie. She's approached by her angry father who calls her a moppet bitch. Not realizing that it was her innie who caused a ruckus. She wants to know who the outies spoke with pronto. She then goes to see Milkshake's fine ass and tells him that she wants to know who all the innies spoke to. Outie Helly then goes to speak with Miss Cobell and thanks her for stepping in when she did regarding the outies and their little plan. Cobell knew it would cost her, yet still decided to step in, and for that, Helly's outie is asking her back to work. But bitch, Cobell said that she is warranted an apology first. So Helly's outie apologizes on behalf of her and her angry ass father. Cobell accepts and says that they got some damage control to do. Outie Helly then offers Cobell a promotion as Severance Advisory Council, so this whole time, bitch, she was just moving on up. She'd rather run the severed floor, but is informed that it's now Milkshake who is the manager. Cobell tells Outie Helly that she fears her, but Outie Helly says they don't fear anybody. We then see Milkshake's fine ass riding his motorcycle. Outie Helly then sits down to record a video apologizing for her, aka Inner Helly's actions, and blames it on the alcohol and non-lumen medication. Milkshake pulls up to Outie Irv's home to check on him to see if he's experienced anything, aka a mental visit from his innie. Milkshake then fires Irv and then goes to Dylan's outie to fire him as well. They were both saddened by the news. Outie Helly is doing damage control still, saying that everything she, aka her Inner Helly, said was a lie. Next we see Mark's outie with Devon and Rickon. Mark assures them that during his outburst, aka his innie's outburst, that he was referring to their baby. Devon and Mark start to bicker as Devon clearly has doubts about what went down. Next thing we know, Milkshake pulls up to see Mark. Milkshake says hi to Devon, but she paid his ass dust, okay? Devon knows what time it is. Milkshake informs Mark that Innie Mark paid a visit. Devon said that she talked to Mark's Innie and wants to know that he won't be punished if she says what she heard. Milkshake assures that there are no punishments at Lumen, but bitch, we all know that's a lie. Devon then calls out Cobell and Milkshake says that she is unwell and will no longer be managing the severed floor. Mark has nothing to tell Milkshake, and so he leaves after telling Mark that what his innie did was brave. Later that night, Mark goes to scope out Cobell's house. Doesn't seem like she was home though. Outie Helly is watching footage of her Innie and Mark as they made out. Why is Innie Helly so different from Outie Helly? I mean, Innie Helly is just a rebel and I am here for it. Outie Helly is so bothered by that kiss, it seems she is rewinding it and everything. The next day we see Mark get a text from Devon saying that last night was weird and that she wants to take him to get shitty diner food. Dylan is at an interview talking about doors, bitch, but throws off his interviewer after he tells him that he was a severed and now likely will not get that door job, bitch. You shouldn't have said nothing, Dylan. At the diner, Mark tells Devon that he's quitting his job, but Devon isn't so sure about that. She wants more information and speaks on how Gemma's death affected her too. Mark assures her though that he is actually affected by Gemma's death and that Devon couldn't possibly be. It pisses him off that she says that she's affected and he decides to leave. As Devon sits in the restaurant alone, we see the same big ass dude who we saw working alongside Outie Helly. He's watching them. That night, Outie Irv makes a phone call at a payphone to whom I assume to be to Outie Goodman, but gets no answer because, well, Outie Goodman is in his car watching Irv. Also that night, Milkshake pulls up to Mark's home with a Lumen fruit basket, bitch. Not a fruit basket. You can keep that fruit basket, Milkshake. Mark invited him in as Milkshake tries to convince him to return to work by offering him a 20% raise, as well as a full investigation into his Ennie's claims and regular wellness checks. Milkshake also asks about Gemma, saying that her death was Mark's primary motivator for becoming severed and wanted to know if Gemma's death still made him feel like he was choking on her ghost. He assures Mark that his Ennie is happy, has found love, and that happiness will soon make its way to him and that it just takes time. Milkshake is so convincing, okay? All he has to do is smile at me, bitch, and I will go back to work. Fine ass. The next day, Milkshake is having a meeting with Audi Helly, her big ass sidekick, and some lady. They are counting on him to put a team together whom we see is Gwendolyn, Mark W., and the Italian guy. Audi Helly says fuck all that chemistry stuff and that all they need is Mark S to come back to complete Cold Harbor, whatever that is. They're all listening to Mark's recording for when he used the radio to demand his old team back. This is when Milkshake eats crow and then goes to offer Irv and Dylan their jobs back. Later we see Audi Mark at home. He sees Cobell and questions that hoe. She appears to be moving out. He is not happy with her as he trusted her. He invited her into his home as well as Devin's home, and how he even ate her shitty fucking cookies. Them cookies must have been nasty, bitch. She's not surprised that they convince him to stay at work. She tries to pull off, but he jumps in front of her car, bitch. Mark wants answers. He asks if she knows something about Gemma. Cobell doesn't answer. She's frustrated and clearly does know something about Gemma. She screams, honks her horn, and nearly runs Mark's ass over. Okay, now this is season 2 of Severance. I've heard some pretty bad reviews about how people didn't enjoy episode 1, but you know, I guess I'm an easy lay. I enjoyed it and I enjoyed episode 2 as well. I love that they went over what happened to get everyone back into the office. I'm intrigued. I want to know what happens next. I think Audi Helly is weird as hell. Cobell is weird as hell. And of course, Milkshake is weird as hell too, guys. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Let's talk in the comments.